Right, hey guys, here we are back for hole number 3. Gonna take our first look at this one. And you can see with the side wind, shouldn't be too bad. We'll make things a little bit tougher once we get up for the pitch towards the green. But aside from that, this is pretty standard and not too bad. However, one of the things that you want to be thinking about is, there's not a lot of difference between pro and expert. It's the same tee box. One of the biggest things is, the rewards that you get aren't as good. So, you can't win things like Apocalypse in your chest or Cataclysm or Spitfire or any of that good stuff, Nirvana. None of these can be picked up in your chest. So it really is beneficial to get out of pro. So as soon as you can afford to do so, highly recommend getting out of pro ASAP. It's going to make it much more of a better option for you. So we're going to play about 5 rings here. We're just going to blast it up there. Don't have to go QB, but I like having that extended ball guide. It just kind of shows me kind of how it's going to roll out. It looks like I still, even with that, still messed it up. I'm just going to pitch it backwards for you guys so we don't waste this guide. But at least you can see, kind of a result of, what you're going to be able to do. And I'm going to show you how to work through this hole. So we are going to just pitch back because it's something that you can easily just kind of fix on your own. I didn't expect that to ever roll down like that. And it was just too much, just barely. So something to keep in mind. With QB10, for example, you're going to have more topspin. So you'd even have to go even less power, half it, about half power at most. So all I'm going to do here is just pitch back, assume that we'll be able to drive it here, maybe just a little bit shorter to be on the safe side. But I'm not going to try to really overextend myself on this second shot. I'm just going to kind of put it up here, very similar to where my opponent is, maybe just a little bit farther. So I do want to kind of bring it up towards this bunker, but probably stop it before the bunker, just to kind of give myself more room for error. So you can see with what my opponent's doing, this is more or less what I recommend for this wind, is just trying to, you can see the way that he's messing with the spin way too much. This is a very random adjustment. Oh, and then too much curl. So he was all over the place with that adjustment. So what we're going to try to do is just try to utilize that same slope more than likely. It's not a very good wind for the pitch, and especially with kind of the pro situation, you probably don't want to force the club up there too far. I'm thinking something along the lines of this, and just essentially shoot for getting this up in play. 3.5 rings here, I'm thinking. Just a touch of curl, just to kind of straighten out wind effect. And again, I'm trying to kind of keep it just short of this bunker. So that's why, I didn't want to challenge the bunker and try to have to thread it through there with a big dog. So that's one of the main reasons that I just kind of gradually kept off the top spin. But you can see the extra range. It does make that shot a little bit easier. And if I need a little bit more topspin, I'll have more than I could do with a sniper. So that's one of the main reasons that you might want to go big dog just for this hole. Now, what I'm going to recommend here is you essentially just put it up here and utilize this back slope. So something along the lines of this here. And we're just going to kind of shoot it down towards the hole. I'm thinking, maybe 2.5 per ring. It's going to be a bit of an underplay, shooting up to this over target. So I'm thinking somewhere along the lines of here. right at the min line, just over 2 rings. So you can see that it just kind of shoots up, down the hill. And if you can get that alignment, it looks like I needed just a little bit more. I can maybe offset that ball guide just a tiny bit. But you can see that it comes in very controlled, gives you a very good chance to be able to hold that one. So good luck with that. You know, try to work on getting that consistent and dialed in running down the hill. Should be a good opportunity for you. And see you guys on 4.